posture. Sit quietly. Keep your eyes closed. Lift your body. Open up the chest. Keep your stomach tucked in. Maintain the normal spinal curvature. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Eyes are gently closed. Allow the body to breathe in, breathe out effortlessly. And slowly take a deep breath in. Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yeah, very warm welcome and good evening to all. See, Ayurveda has given among 3 pillars of good health, and one of them is the Ahar Nidra. Nidra is the sleep. I feel the people, those who are blessed, the people, those who go to bed and they get a sleep in 1 minute of time. These are really blessed people. But most of us do lot of Pragna Parad with the sleep. Pragna Parad means in spite of knowing sleep is important, we don't give its importance to the sleep, because sleep is the last priority. We try to finish all the work. If the work which is not important, that also we try to finish and delay over sleep. Correct? In Mumbai, it is surprise to see if somebody is sleeping before 12 o'clock. So, but a sleep is again coming as a reminder for us, everyone. Because sleep is like charging your mobile battery. If you have not charged your mobile battery, it will go exhausted very fast. But if you have charged your mobile battery, it will prolong, it will give you the energy for longer time. Many times we can try with yourself. Sleep 6 hours 1 week, feel the difference. Sleep 7 hours another week, feel the difference. If possible, if give you opportunity, then sleep 8 hours and see the difference. You yourself will see what is the difference when I sleep 6 hours, 7 hours and 8 hours. Okay. Very happy to introduce you Dr. Rashmi Doifode, a scholar, a postgraduate in Kai Chikitsa. She did her MD in Kai Chikitsa. And she is also level 3 certified yoga teacher and evaluator, working as an assistant professor in the Ayurvedic Medical College. And she is with us, a very young personality, coming with lot of energy, lot of enthusiasm. And she will share her experience of the importance of Nidra in Ayurveda as well as in the subject of yoga. Yoga has further advanced. Yoga is called Yog Nidra. That has become another yogic way of get the induced sleep. So without wasting time, I request Rashmi to please start your session. Rashmi, now you can start your presentation.
Thank you so much, sir, for a warm welcome. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk on this Prana Yoga Therapy Center platform and share my views. I'm shortly sharing a PPT. And once it's visible, we'll start. Yes. Can I start?
Rashmi, your PPT is still not visible. Just wait. No, Rashmi, please do the stop sharing screen and again do the sharing.
Okay, sir.
Now try again.
Is this visible?
No, I don't. It is visible to anyone?
No, sir, not yet.
No, sir.
Are you facing some problem, Rashmi?
Just a second, sir. I'll reset it.
Okay, in the meanwhile, you can try. I just take. Say, when I was small, my father used to tell me one slok again and again. And that slok is what is the quality of a student? This slok is coming from Shubhashitam. He used to remind me again and again, any student, if you want to remain as a student, you should have 5 quality. Alpahari Brahmachari. No, it is Kakacheshta. Kakacheshta, Bakol Dhyanam, Shwana Nidra Tatheucha. Means a student should have Kakacheshta. Kakacheshta, he should have desire like a crow. Crow means, crow is something like that, without eating the food, he will not leave that place. So a student is that who is having Kakacheshta. Shwana Nidra, he should sleep like a dog. Sleep like a dog. So if you see dog is sleeping, but he is aware, he is conscious. With any small sign, he will wake up. So Kakacheshta, Kakacheshta, Bakol Dhyanam. Bakol Dhyanam means a concentration like a bagula, like a this thing, what you call it bagula in English?
Crane.
So you should have
Crane. So crane.
Crane. You should have a concentration like a crane. Kakacheshta, Bakol Dhyanam, Shwana Nidra. Shwana Nidra means sleep like a dog. And Alpahari. Alpahari means he should always eat according to Mitahar. Mitahar is that eat in quantity. And Brahmachari. Brahmachari means he should have control on his senses. So these are the one of the 5 qualities. So even sleep we can divide, whether it is a sattvic sleep, whether it is a rajasic sleep, or whether it is a tamasic sleep. So this is I thought of sharing with this you. But I think Rashmi is facing some problem.
Sir, I have shared the PPT on WhatsApp.
Sir, ask her to go again and join again.
Okay, Rashmi, you can try that. Log out and log in again.
Okay, sir.
Hmm?
Yes.
You have sent me PPT on what?
WhatsApp, sir.
WhatsApp.
Okay. सौरभ, मैं आपको PPT भेजता हूँ रश्मि का.
So I've sent it to him.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
सौरभ मिला आपको पीपीटी?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. Yes.
Rashmi, you can do stop sharing.
Just a minute, sir.
Ah.
Just opening.
Yeah, Rashmi, you can start now.
Yeah, we'll start with the topic for today's, that is giving importance to our sleep, that is Nidra. Nidra is about is very correlated with sleep, and we could state the importance of in terms of the
Rashmi, you can keep your video off. Your voice is cracking. Keep your video off. बाद में चालू कर लेना वीडियो.
Okay, sir. So we will be talking about the Nidra from an Ayurvedic concept also from a yogic concept, and then further about detail its importance, what Ayurveda has to talk about Nidra, what are the ways if we are not getting up improper sleep, what difficulties we do feel, what are the solutions, what are the therapies in Ayurveda and also in yoga. So in this, we'll go further, we'll talk much about Nidra. Second slide, it actually includes as a pillars of Ayurveda. जिस तरह से कहते हैं एक इंसान को 3 चीजों की जरूरत होती है, रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान, उसी तरह से ये जो 3 चीजें हैं, और आयुर्वेदा में ऐसा कहा जाता है कि 3 चीजों की बहुत जरूरत है, ये 3 मिलके ही आयुर्वेद बनता है, या फिर इसे पिलर्स कहते हैं. इट इज बीन कॉल्ड एज पिलर्स ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर बिल्डिंग और पर्टिकुलर और a system of Ayurveda, and this 3 pillars is about talking about the first pillar, that is the ahar, which one of the speakers has already introduced and talked about it, the Ayurvedic diet and all the myths and the do's and the don'ts. The second thing after ahar is the Nidra, the second pillar which I am going to talk today and give you the highlights from the Ayurvedic and yogic concepts. And the third pillar is the Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is also holds a very important role. It is not only correlated with the sexual activities or the progenies, but it is also related to how to take care of the reproductive organs, or could be like a good relationship, a loved relationship, and control of our sense organs, controls of our indriyas. As an Ayurvedic background, even from when you are learning the yogic or non-medical people also, when you come across these terms of indriyas, indriya, adhishtan, nanendriya, karmendriya, while learning your yogic course or your as a yoga student, and further when you are going to become another teacher, you will definitely come up with these terms of Indriya, Atma, Man, and all this relation to it. Ayurveda has also explained all these concepts from the ancient traditional way. As Sir has already stated, Ayurveda and Yoga has a same common base, the background which it comes from, or the ancient origin which it comes from. So some of the philosophy is been similar, but in the same way it is elaborated in some other context. We'll go further. We are going to talk about the the next slide, which actually states about importance, not only the Ayurveda and the yoga is giving, but the importance of sleep, it has been given in all over the world. Hence, there are few days which World Health Organization will celebrate it. There are some days in our life also. We celebrate our anniversaries, our birthdays, our friends, some occasions. In the same way, the world is also taking care of the some topics or some very crucial terms or crucial diseases could be that particular has been dedicated a particular day to give that importance of it, to tell the aware. So we are celebrating the world's sleep day on 19 March, having given the importance from the world also, from the health organization also, and the Ayurvedic and the yogic concept. We'll further will know why it is importance. Everybody is giving importance. Why? Starting with the sleep, as everybody knows, what is sleep? Even a small child knows. Just go to sleep. Nothing else we need to do it. But that's not the truth. Sleep is actually a normal physiology. Without doing any other add-on, we should be able to sleep in a normal physiological, relaxing our mind, body, and our sense organs and our senses. This is very important. The whole day, our mind and our body is continuously working like a computer. Non-stop working is going like a machine, it goes on. Now, this machine also needs recharging. As Sir has said, why also need recharging? So recharge our mind and body so that it can stop and heal in a much better way. The wear and tear process may go in a very smooth way, and then machine once get servicing, it will work more smoother, more faster, more focused. That's the importance of the sleep. Nidra has been considered as one of the upastamba. As I said, there are three upastamba. It is one of the upastamba which is important. Is my voice clear? May I have one? Yes. Yes. My voice is clear.
It's breaking a little in between.
Yeah. Now it is quite clear.
Yes.
Yes.
When we are talking about the Nidra, from the Ayurvedic perspectives, we must give very much importance about the Nidra been said from Charak Sahita. As an yogi student and a teacher, we come up to different textuals, different origins, Hatha Yoga, Patanjali, Gheranda Sahita. In the same way, Ayurveda has different textual documentaries. These are been elaborating Ayurveda in a very vast way, and it's been passed on to our people so that we can have the essence of Ayurveda in our life. That's the way the Charak Sahita is one of the Sahitas or one of the documented books or like a conceptual Ayurvedic text which states about the Nidra. I put the shlok which gives the importance of Nidra. That is saying that Nidra Yatam Sukham Dukam Pushti Karsha Bala Balam Ushata Klibatam Nanam Ananam Jivitam Natsa. Means Nidra has been given so much importance that our sukh, our dukh, our pushti, nourishment, our malnourishment, our bal, strength, our weakness, our virility, our sterility, our knowledge, our ignorance, our life and death. Everything is dependent upon this particular nidra. If a nidra is proper, all this is in an equilibrium, stable condition. If it's not, a nidra is improper, this is going to be hampered. This is a correlation which it has been said. Charak Sahit has been written in the it's 5,000 years back. From this, imagine the importance of 5,000 years back. The Rishi Munis do know about this, and he has inculcated very well. Each part of our life is going to get impacted because of our nidra. We'll go further. We'll also, for the next slide, we'll also know about the importance of nidra, about further elaborating from the charak. That is, Charak is not stopping over here by saying the importance what nidra is and why it is correlated to other parts. It is further going and telling you the importance of the charak of the nidra. That means it is saying nidra has 6 types. You may have never heard about this also. There are so many 6 types of nidra. I think we have heard the types of the maybe different types of techniques or different types of instruments or maybe different types of ways we know. But this is a science which tells you that how nidra has been bifurcated. Or first, when we talk about the out of 6, it states that tamo bhava, shleshma samudbhava, samanaha, sharir sambhava, shram sambhava. Then agantuk Vyadhinuvartini cha ratri swabhava prabhava cha nidra. Yes. See, this 6 types of nidra is telling about. First one is tamobhava. As a yogic teacher and as a yoga student, you all will be knowing about this concept of sattva, raja, and tama. There are mansik bhav. There are also sort of ahar, sattvic, rajasic, or tamasic. 3 types of ahar. Now, other than the ahar, other than the mind qualities, it has also importance in our sleep. When a tamagun has been increased, that causes sleep. Second is the shleshma samudbhava. When our phlegm is increased or it gets accumulated, it is causing sleep. The third one is said to be mana, sharir, shrama, sambhava. Our man is getting exhausted, sharir is getting exerted, and because of that, we are getting sleep. We all may be having this kind of experiences when we overexert for the whole day. When we work a lot, we just have to go to the bed and automatically eyes are getting closed. That's the third one. The second one we usually experience when we're eating a full whole lunch and your stomach is more than full. Then you say shleshma samudbhava. Other factors are also that it increases the shleshma, but one of the most experience we find out is when you're eating too much, you're filling your tummy up. So we feel like sleeping. Usually it happens in our lunch. First one, tamobhava. It actually also has been experienced when your mind is lethargy, when you have a lot of tamo qualities in your ahar, or it could be like in your mental conditions also. This kind of nidras, these kind of sleeps varieties has been experienced. And because of this experiences, Charak has put it in a different types. Now we'll go further for the fourth one, that is called as agantuk. What is agantuk? It is like a trauma, any kind of physical trauma, any kind of mental trauma which has caused you, it has been actually been giving you an extended sleep because of that particularly any kind of trauma, any kind of accident also in our life. Fifth one will go for the Vyadhinuvartini. Because of this Vyadhi Anuvartini, we are getting the sleep. That is because of some of the diseases. There are many of the chronic diseases where you land up into sleep by a abnormal pathological way. But what are sleep? Sleep is a normal physiology. It is nothing to do with the pathological. when because of the disease, our metabolism has been changing, and because of that particular disease, we are landing up an excessive amount of the sleep, or could be like a sleep which has been caused because of the particular ailment. And then the sixth one is called the Ratri Swabhava Prabhava, which is the normal sleep. Charak has stated the sixth one is the normal, from starting from the first to the fifth. They are saying all this five is abnormal. Only the sixth one is the normal. जो स्वभाव से रात को आती है उसी को निद्रा कहते हैं, उसी को प्राकृत निद्रा कहते हैं. That is Ratri Swabhava Prabhava Nidra. So we should not look after first five, but we should look after the sixth one. Anyone ever has been experienced any kind of sleeps from the first to fifth, remember this kind of sleep is an abnormal one. Only the sixth one, which by doing nothing, by not taking any kind of supplements, by not listening to any kind of music, by not taking any kind of other ailments or add-on, we are able to sleep. That is the normal sleep. We'll go further and also elaborate much about the Nidra from the Ayurvedic percept, which is stating that Shushruta is also one of the ancient texts which tells about Nidra. And Nidra, he is telling about that from where this Nidra comes and why a person has Nidra. Now we know we are breathing because we have lungs. Our heart is beating because we have a heart. Or it's like blood is flowing because we have a circulatory system. The same way, from which part of which organ is responsible for the sleep. So imagine Shushu telling thousands and thousands of years prior, then from where has this origin of sleep come? So he is stating that Hruday is the heart, it is a seat of Chetna. When you come across these terms of Chetna, Atma, Mana, Indriya, you will be very familiar that these words has correlation also in yoga also and in Ayurveda also. Both these terminologies and the philosophy has been explained in both the science. Now, Hruday has given so much importance that it is said to be a Chetna stays in Hruday. And this Chetna, when it has been covered by Tamagun, the person goes to sleep. This is how it has been said. From the modern perspective, this is Ayurvedic text which is saying it. When we talk about the modern perspectives, what we are knowing, eyes are getting closed, we are withdrawing our eyes as a sense organs to see outside, and that goes the stimulation to the brain, our cerebrum, cortex, and from the brain, we are getting induced that the sleep has been we now want to go to the sleep. So automatically it happens like the action. Your eyes are getting slow, your mind is getting slowed down, your body is getting relaxed. This is a channelized which modern has said. But if you look for, there is actually a track also towards that. Will not go further in modern science of the path, the way it is saying, but from the Ayurvedic perspectives, how Nidra is getting origin, what are the types of the Nidra, and what is a normal Nidra. Further elaborated, it has been so much details said ki how much Nidra or how much hours of the sleep a person should get. Depend upon the age of the person. If a newborn is there of 1 month, 6 months, the hours of the sleep is increased, starting from 12 hours to 14 hours to 17 hours out of 24 hours. That particular baby sleeps. When we go to the school days, we also have a pattern of sleep, could be like twice in a day, but the hours, if we calculate in a duration of 24 hours, goes roughly about 10 to 12 hours. Sometimes school children sleep continuously for 9 hours, 10 hours. Maybe sometimes kids sleep at afternoon also. Sometimes kids sleep maximum about in the night. But everything is to be normal to be considered. That for that particular age, the duration is normal. Then when we go to the college or the teenage and adults, our hours of sleep is getting reduced. As the age is increasing, the hours of duration of the sleep is getting reduce. It has a relation with our age. It has a relation with our life. The shlok which I said, sukha dukha, bala abala, jnana ajnana, everything is related to sleep. Then further, as we have grown up the middle age, and then further we go to the senior citizen, the hours of the sleep is still getting reduced. A senior person above 60 just sleeps for 4 to 5 hours. At the age of 80, sleep also gets reduced. The hours of duration gets sleep. For that particular age, that particular hours is a normal sleep. This is what it is to be considered. What kind of sleep, how many hours of sleep, and how sound our sleep is, without any added effect. All this is tell us how blessed we are to have sleep without any uh, pain or without any add-on treatment to be done to it. Further, we'll talk much about the sleep when I have said you what is normal from the Ayurvedic and the modern. We'll go and talk about this, the sleep disorders. Why there are so many sleep disorders, and at what particular point you should go and consult a doctor. Go and ask for yourself, I'm not getting a good sleep, or like the moment when you have to talk about it. It has been seen in young kids or like teenage also. Many of times people put their gadgets on, or like late night, like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock, they see movies, or they put the time on YouTube also. There's so many options of social media, so that inculcate their particular sleep in the social media world. So because of that also, there are a lot of chances and lot of side effects which have been said, and it all comes in sleep disorders because of the disease, because of the lifestyle, because of the habits, because of the definitely food also. Many things are that which lands up in sleep disorder. We should also know some points about this also. The next slide will talk about the detail of the sleep disorders, starting from insomnia. Everybody may have heard this word of insomnia. Now, sleep deprived or not able to sleep in a sound way. Then a person, you may have also known that the person is sleeping indeed, but he is snoring. That particular person is able to sleep, but the other people who is staying with him, the other people who is sleeping beside, he is not able to sleep because of his snoring. So remember guys, that the person who is sleeping with snoring is also an abnormal sleep. He is also not fit. He also needs some kind of therapy or some kind of change in his habits. It could be like funny, but you also have heard about this. Some people walk in the night, some people talk in the night, some people laugh also. Some of the memories they remember it, and all this thoughts or all this which is inculcated in our sleep, all this kind of sleep is an abnormal sleep. There are many of the diseases which also hampers our sleep. Maybe in excessive sleep, maybe it reduces our sleep. It is one more condition which is to be really looked after, that is obstructive sleep apnea. Now what this word means, obstructive, there is an obstruction to our sleep, and because of this obstructions, apnea is happening. That means our breathing is also getting hampered. Many of times as a doctor, as a medical faculty, we come to see patients who are taking BiPAP at night. It's a machine which external, we say, for our oxygen level to remain normal in night. This particular device has been used. A person who is suffering from obstructive sleep apnea definitely has a habit or have to have many kind of medicines along with this as a treatment for every night forever in his life. So if we don't want to get any kind of trouble for our sleep and we want a sound sleep, what are the good things we can also be doing? This is also important. Knowing the bad things, then we know what actually needs to be done. We'll further talk also in the next slide detail about this. A few, see, there's a causative factors of insomnia. So as I said, improper food, in some of the medicines because of the disease. Environmental changes also disturbs our sleep. Then many of times you yourself maybe have told to that, because of that I'm not able to sleep at some other place, I'm only able to sleep in this place only, at this room only, at this particular bed only. When my time is getting scheduled, I'm getting irritated, I'm not able to sleep. I have a time of sleeping to 10 o'clock. When it goes to 12 o'clock, I'm not able to. Some people said I have a habit of sleeping at 2 o'clock. I am not able to sleep early because whatever happened. All this kind of different sleeps, or like I can say the patterns, and it's and all comes into insomnia. Because of the stress, person is not able to sleep because of some bad habits, smoking, alcohol. All this has making an impact not only on a body, but it is making an impact on a mind also. And the mind is more related with the sleep along with body also. The body rests, but the mind is also in a relaxed mode. We'll go further and we'll also talk about this. See, as a doctor, I would like to tell about this also. Sleeping pills. There are so many markets available telling us about the sleeping pills. There are so many patients also get habitual to the sleep. We'll go further and talk about this further in this next slide, that people get habituated. What happens is, because of any kind of stress, any kind of trauma, person goes to a doctor, they ask for a pill, and so that he is able to sleep sound at night because of that particular medicine. But it has a side effect to it. The next slide will also tell us detail about it. There's so many side effects. Whichever medicine you take, even though I'm a doctor, I will say the medicine has a side effect. So every whatever we are able to have naturally, that's the best for the body. Could be like any kind of. So this pills one get addicted to, it gets like an addiction. Not alcohol and smoking is not one of the bad habit we say, but getting addicted to the pills could be like painkillers also, sleeping pills also. It is also a bad habit. This bad habit will land up you into a bodily problems, headaches, stomach, acidity, constipation, even diarrhea. It changes your digestive system. It hampers your digestive system in a bad way. So when you don't want all these things, when you know what importance of sleep is, you know what bad happens to us, to our body, and when we are treating it, even though it is going worsening, then what good we can do for it. We'll further in the slide, we'll talk about this. Ayurveda has also good opinion about this. Now, what Ayurveda does in sleep, before going to the Yog Nidra, what Ayurveda does in sleep, Nidra or Nidra problems, we say, oh, here we have some medicines, like in a nice natural way. Some of the medicines is there, some of the decoctions are there, some of the panchakarma therapeutic therapies are also there. Out of that, one of the is Shirodhara. The Shirodhara is some medicated decoctions or medicated oils which has been poured on her forehead so that a person is able to relax. This particularly medicated procedure or Shirodhara, which actually helps the mind to relax, reduces the tension also, decreases the metabolisms, it slows down all this. And because of this particular treatment has been done over a period of 1 week to 2 weeks, depends upon the condition also, but it has an excellent result from the Ayurvedic Panchakarma perspectives. Some of the medicines is also be given for this, and along with this Panchakarma therapy. This is what Ayurveda has talked about. But definitely you should visit an Ayurvedic consultant, Vaidya, to have this information and the treatment for it. But when you are from a yogic background, you want to learn more about yoga. Now everybody may have heard about this topic, this Yog Nidra. Yoga has given it so important that it has put it in a particular subject called as Yog Nidra. Now Yog is, as there are so many definitions of Yog Samatva Uchate, Yog Karma Sukha Ushalam. Yog is a union of Atma with Paramatma, our soul with the universal soul. We'll go for the further slide and talk about this in detail. And Nidra, we say it is a sleep. Now, but what is Yog Nidra? We know what is Yog, we know what is Nidra. Now, when we combine the both, what is Yog Nidra? Now, Yog Nidra is an induced sleep. How it has been induced? In a guided, in a technical way, so that the mind is awake, but the body is relaxing. What it actually does, it is inducing systematically method so that the complete physically, mentally, and emotional relaxation is there. As I said, there is a pratyahar state. When we talk about yoga, you all may be aware of Patanjali has also said about Ashtanga Yoga, which sets 8 limbs of the yoga. Out of that 8 limbs, that is asana, yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. Out of this pratyahara state, it's given importance. Why? Because in that particular state, there is a withdrawal of our senses. In the same way, when we are sleeping, there is a withdrawal of our eyes, our skin, our mouth is closed, our tongue is not working, mind is resting, and we are not here, we don't want to hear anything. So we are giving rest to all the 5 sense organs. So it has been called as pratyahara state. Here, in this pratyahara state, has been created in a guided way in a yoga nidra, where our mind is getting relaxed, but we are mentally aware of all these things and are dissociated from our sense organs or sense functioning. We'll talk much detail about it. All the in the next slide, definitely. All the yogic students and the teachers, happening teachers or the already teachers may be aware of this yoga nidra, the different stages of this yoga nidra, how to perceive it, how to experience. You have to have the experience about it. So we'll not talk much detail about this, but definitely if you don't want to land up in a pills, medicines, doctors, if you don't want your problem to get enhanced, I think yoga has a definitely answer to it. So why not we grab that and use it in our life to have a sound and natural sleep? So there are stages of yoga nidra, or the way how a yoga nidra has been done, where it is talks about the techniques, how the techniques has been used, the guided imagining is done, visualization is done, then parts by parts you have mindfulness has been done, and so that you're mentally and emotionally you're getting relieved. And remember this, your mind and body is relieved, but your awakeness is always there. Next slide will also tell about the much detailed stages of the yoga nidra. It is not about the textual or like conceptual part. Yoga nidra is something to be experienced. It's an experience, it's a true science, which actually some of the science needs to be experienced and just not be read theoretically, as yoga is one of the science which needs to be done more of the practical. In the same way, there is some of the activities which needs to be done as a practice, and this the way one do the practice, it gives the benefit out of it. So here we were talking about yoga nidra, and it states about the technique, how the technique is helping you to give a good sleep. Even though it feels more lightness, in further stage you feel very bodily weight has reduced, a mental tension has gone, a bodily tension has gone, you feel a self-contentment, a joyfulness, a blissful experience in your mind. But remember, this is an induced sleep. This is an awakening of our mind so that our deep and good relaxation is being provided to you. Say this way, there are different stages of yoga nidra. The way we actually do the yoga nidra, which helps us, give us a feeling of joy, a feeling of wisdom filled, a true recognition of self, which is an ultimately aim of yoga. It's a self-realization, having been aware of yourself, or like this. And when it has a duration also, many of times yoga nidra, it is not like it's not, as I said, it is an induced sleep. It is not a normal sleep which we can do it for 6 hours, 8 hours, and 9 hours, 10 hours. It is an induced sleep which has a duration to it, minimum from 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes. We are able to do that technique. But remember, this particular duration, when we are doing this, it has to be awakening. You should not go to sleep. You should be awake of every of your sensation, every of your parts, every of that technique, or every of that uh, the orders which is said to be followed. Your body is relaxing, but you're mentally, you're awake. You're aware of this. This is what is said. And finally, when it's a procedure to be experienced, definitely, and then be aware and be alert. After this Yog Nidra, we'll go further in the next slide, and we'll talk about this also. How it actually gives us the benefit or experience about this. Now, this increases our consciousness, increases the mind has become more focused. It has become more creative. It is giving a mentally relaxation. The same way as we say, ऑयलिंग करते हैं गाड़ी में, जिस तरह से गाड़ी में ऑयलिंग करते हैं ताकि गाड़ी बहुत अच्छे से चले, उसी तरह से हम हमारे नींद को क्या कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा ऑयलिंग कर रहे हैं ताकि आगे जाके हमें नींद बहुत अच्छी लगे, हमें कोई भी बीमारी ना हो, हमारा दिन अच्छा जाए, हमारे दिन की एक्टिविटीज अच्छे हो. This is a way of oiling from a yogic way. Afterwards, we also do feel, after we experience this Yog Nidra, we feel relaxed, we feel restored, we feel energized. Our energy is getting channelized in the right directions. This is what about we talk about the Yog Nidra. We'll go to the further slide and give many benefits of the Yog Nidra. But remember, these benefits are to be experienced, and as it gives emotional and mentally, tension is getting released, many of the diseases is getting rid of, specifically the psychosomatic disorders, the emotional imbalance is reduced, the hormonal imbalance, the most common disease like PCOD, mental stress, or like even thyroid has an impact and has shown so many of improved conditions when Yoga Nidra has been inculcated in this. As a yoga teacher or like a yoga student, we all know the importance of asana, we all know the importance of pranayama, we all know the importance of dhyan. In the same way, in our yogic daily to day practice, we should also inculcate Yoga Nidra and also give this information to this combination, or it's like a salad which needs to be taken on the daily basis. Definitely a mixture of different parts, different sector, depend upon the condition of a particular individual. We have to put this and give that plate to other people also, serve to them also, so they are also getting benefit out of it. As I said, it clears up the subconscious mind, it improves a bodily activity. We'll go further. There are so many benefits of Yoga Nidra, but it needs to be experienced. Here we talked about the Yoga Nidra, starting from origin of from the yogic concept and Ayurvedic concept. What Ayurveda has to talk about the Nidra, what the Charaka and Shushruta is telling about of the Nidra. Then we have also turned on what is normal Nidra, what are the duration of the normal Nidras, as compared and relation with the age. We have talked also about the what is abnormal Nidra. What are the diseases or the conditions that because of abnormal Nidra, what happens to a body, and what the therapy from Ayurvedic, modern and yogic, we have different sections. What are the therapeutic we can talk about from giving importance from this yogic part. We talked about the Yoga Nidra and how it has so much importance in our life also. And Rio, now I would like to stop. If further anything is there. Thank you so much all for your patient listening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rashmi. That was a very insightful session, and thank you for explaining the connection with Nidra in both Ayurveda and yoga so beautifully. I'm sure everyone's enjoyed the session very much. We will open the floor up for questions. Does anyone have any questions? Dr. Rashmi is happy to answer any of them for you.
Okay, there is a series of lecture which is going to be organized from Prana Yoga Therapy, which tells you about detail about Ayurveda and its correlation with you. So for all these courses and further in details, do contact Erita Madam or Dr. Ghansham Sir and Shyam Sundar Sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rashmi. It was a lovely session.
Thank you.
If anyone has no other questions for the day, we will close the lecture. Thank you very much for attending. We hope to see you for the next couple of days.
Dr. Rashmi, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It was very nice lecture, and something which I would like to add in this. In Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna has mentioned that it should be like Yukta Ahar, it should be Yukta Swapnava Bodhasya. Means Nidra should be in balanced state. So all scriptures, they are mentioning importance of this Nidra, sleep. All yogic persons, those who are students and those who are teachers, they also know. So it will be very helpful for these yoga teachers and the yoga students if they understand the mechanism of this Nidra through Ayurveda. It will be very helpful. And again, I would like to thank you, Dr. Rashmi. It was really nice. You explained about Nidra according to their ages, infants and 65 plus also. I'm 65 plus, so from today I'm going to sleep according to that only. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rashmi ji. Nice explanation.
Thank you.